In today's lesson, Trukutanga data presentation, and in this section we are going to analyze a wide spectrum of visual aids or presentation instruments with specific emphasis on the following. So tinotanga taita note down the different visual aids we are going to be looking at. So this can be taken to be part of the objectives of this section. We are going to analyze the following visual aids. So what are these visual aids, or we can call them presentation instruments? Let us just give a rundown of a list. Saka, this is in no particular order, but we are going to look at the pie chart, which is going to be the subject of today's lesson and possibly tomorrow's lesson also. Tutarisa, the bar graph. Tutarisa histogram. Then I think something which is completely new for you is the stem and leaf diagram, which can also be called a stem plot. So this can be called a stem plot. Then Chatarisa, what we refer to, this is also going to be new, a box and whisker plot. We are going to double down on a frequency polygon. Tine, what we also refer to as a cumulative frequency curve. Then we are also going to, but I think tisinganyanyukita go deep into what we refer to as a scatter plot or a scatter graph, however you want to call it. Saka aya ndo ma visual aids atichange tichitarisa in this section, but today trikutanga ne the pie chart. Saka let us look at the pie chart. What should we learn when it comes to a pie chart? Our first note is going to be, when we consider two efficient ways of displaying qualitative data, we are going to be looking at the pie chart and the bar chart. The bar chart, so it's and the bar chart, which we also refer to as the bar graph. Saka, a pie chart, it's an efficient way of displaying qualitative data. So I just want us to do a minor recall on what we call qualitative data. So takati qualitative data, it's what? Categorical data. Saka zvakakosha kuziva the appropriate visual aid. Saka kana tikapiwa data rine macategories, be it kuti macategories ari ordered, kureva kuti they are ordinal, kana kuti hana a specific order, kureva kuti they are nominal, this does not matter. So long tine macategories. Kana tikapiwa qualitative data, the visual aid which is the most appropriate to use, it's either a pie chart or a bar graph, but in today's lesson we are looking at a pie chart. Saka rega tizame kudescribe what we mean by pie chart. Saka a pie chart is simply a circle divided into sectors. That is what a pie chart is. A pie chart is a circle divided into sectors. So I'm sure we all know what a circle is. We equally know what sectors are. My sectors, they are simply slices on a circle. So sectors of a circle are the slices of the circle. The sectors of a circle are the slices of the circle. Saka tiri papa, the angle size of each sector is proportional to the frequency of an observation regarding the total number of observations on a subject. So let us simplify this note. What we are just saying is the angle of each, so this is the angle size to be more specific. So the angle size of each sector is proportional. Let us write it as it is. We are going to break it down. So it's proportional to what? It is proportional to the frequency. Kana tichiti frequency tirikungoreva the number of times a certain data value is repeated in a data set. So frequency of an observation regarding the total number of observations in a data set. Saka kuti explain this point, let me just bring about a simple data set. Ngatiti we have the color of a car, tine also the number of cars, and it. Saka we are concerned with the color of a car. Remember, this is a category, out its categorical data. Then the number of cars. Panapa manje tenge takuda kusiva the angle size. Saka zviri kutaurwa in that statement ndezvekuti if we have this table, in this table we have a red car. Cannot we have red cars, we have blue cars, then we also have white cars. Tine 7 red cars, 5 blue cars, 10 white cars, and this is what we have. Saka pasi panapa we are going to put down a total. Saka total yedu per number of cars ichi trikuti 7 plus 5 plus 10, 7 plus 5 it's 12 plus 10 it's 20, 22. Saka the angle size iri proportional to the frequency of an observation. Saka observation atinayo red cars. Frequency is the number of red cars we have in our data set. Data set yedu ine 22 cars in total. You can imagine tateta line up 22 cars. Then toverenga kuti ma red cars mangani, tonoti 7. Saka 7 is the frequency of red cars. Saka trikuti proportionality yacho iri to the frequency of an observation, which is red car, regarding the total number of observations in a data set. And what is the total number? 22. Saka pano zvatiri kutaura angle size kuti tiwane tinenge takuti 7 frequency of red cars over the total 22. Then of course we multiply by 360 degrees, which represents what? A complete revolution. We are going to get, I have already done this calculation, 114.5 degrees. Please use degrees. I know kuti Kusecular measure, pure maths, we use radians, but in statistics, let us use degrees. Murukubabata. Saka kuva proportional kurongoreva kuti tiwane angle tinotora frequency observation to divide ne total observations data set to multiply ne 360 degrees. Then we get the angle we are looking for. So we are going to do the same for blue cars. We are going to do the same for white cars. Saka when we do the same for blue cars, let me just write the answer. I'm sorry, I'm short on space. For blue cars, in 85 over 22 times 360, we get 81.8 degrees. For white cars, it's 10 over 22 times 360, we get 163.6 degrees. If you add 114.5 degrees plus 81.8 plus 163.6, you are going to get a complete revolution. Specifically, it's 359.9, which we approximate to 360, degrees. Mrupabata. Saka, let us now write general statements. Saka, a general statement panapa ndeyekuti generally angle size is given by trikuti angle size tudanyora iri a formula is equal to zvatatsanangura frequency of observation over total frequency times complete revolution 360 degrees. Like this, you need this in your notes. Zvata demonstrator tangonyora a generalized statement. Saka kuti frequency of observation nekuti total frequency, these terms have more technical siblings, more technical synonyms which we want to put down. Saka point yatoda kunyora panapa ndeyekuti relative frequency, yatinoti relative frequency, it's simply frequency of an observation over total frequency. So frequency of observation over total frequency. This means kuti angle size togona kuinyora in simpler terms. Angle size is simply equal to relative frequency times a complete revolution. Saka this is the same meaning. When you are reading and consolidating, you might come across the term relative frequency. Relative ungori pakuti tukutora frequency observation to divide ne total frequency. That is what we are doing. Saka, after we have put down that table, I think I'm going to redo it quickly. Table yedu yanga ichiti color of car, yobvapo yoti number of cars, yobvapo yoti angle size. Saka, for our cars tangatine red, blue and white. Saka 7, 5 and 10, a total of 22. Then panapa we did our calculation. Tawana 114.5 tikawana 81.8 ndokubva tazopedzisira na 163.6 ticha approximate 360 degrees. Kana makuchida manje kuti muise pasi the pie chart, kana mchidraw a pie chart, please you have to use a canvas and you have to use a protractor. You have to use material you have from a math set. You should actually put down a perfect circle, which I cannot do because I'm doing electronic drawing, and you should put down correct angles. So how are we going to represent that? So this is just a sketch. I'm going to show you a more accurate diagram in a moment. So we do have a circle inenge draw a compass ne protractor zvakanaka. We have a center, then muvamaisa a line representing a radius like this. Totanga ne the smaller angle 81.8 degrees. So let us say 81.8 degrees inenge yakadai so, something like this. Then you can actually label mukatumu kuti blue. And it angle iri panapa should be approximating 82 degrees, cannot 81.8. Tichibva ipapo takuchienda pa 114.5. Saka 114.5 inogona kunge yakadai so. And mukati me 114.5 tonyora chi red. The remainder should then automatically be white, like this. Saka please tanga draw a perfect circle, muva matsvaga the center, moisa a radius, mochitanga kuchishandisa protractor yenyu or compass. I confuse the two kuti muwane kuti angle iri panapa inenge iri chi, angle iri apa ichi, angle iri apo ichi. That is what you have to do. So a more representative diagram will be this. So this will be a more representative pie chart. Se kuona kwa muri kuita, we should have a key. Panapa kana ma decide kulabela mukatu, you have to put a key. Otherwise deno manga mankonyora kuti red, then blue, white. There's no need for a key. Mapabata. Then manje you should make sure kuti ma angles aya they are representative, and that is what you should make sure of also. And the circle should be perfect. You cannot do a sketch panapa, you cannot do rough work up. When the question asks you to put down a pie chart, you should make sure you put down an appropriate pie chart. We want to continue with our lesson. We are going to end the lesson with an example from a Cambridge question. But what you should know is pie charts are so called because they look like an apple pie. This is just a fun fact, no need to put it down. But what's important now, sakatanga tataura about angle sizes, but you should also know that the areas of the sectors, so the areas of the sectors, remember to know and say area of a sector from your O level and also from your pure maths. The areas of the sectors, which are also slices of a pie chart, they are also in proportion. So these areas are in proportion to the quantities being represented. So patataura tichiti angle size is proportional to frequency of observation of total frequency. You should also know kuti even the area of the sector, and it's also in proportion to the quantity being represented. But per area tichazonyatso kupinda mairi in our lesson tomorrow, patinenge takuita comparison pie charts. For now, let us just focus more on angle size rather than on area. So let me bring the question we want to do, and then we call it a day. This is the question we are going to be looking at. Not too sure kana chinatso kuoneka, but I think if you really look closely you can see. Otherwise let me read along. Saka question yedu iri kuti the pie chart, as you can see our question is Cambridge, saka pie ni C uyo. The pie chart, which is not drawn to scale, shows the distribution of various types of land and water in a certain country. Saka let me reproduce the pie chart. The pie chart yedu yakadai so. Then we have the center. Panapa we have woodland. It's 88 degrees. Then pano we have the urban, which is 30 square kilometers, and saka tinakupiwa enengo. Then apo we have lakes. We are given nothing on lakes. Atinopiwa area even enengo. Then pano we are given an engo. This is farmland, and farmland is 1200 square kilometers. Saka question yedu iruda kuti tiinterprete what is shown on this pie chart. Saka A iri kuda kuti tsvage the area of woodland, and the area of woodland. Saka remember tati angle size iri proportional to frequency of observation over total frequency. Tikataura chiti futi area iri proportional to the quantities being represented. Saka kana tichiweka ma pie charts, we have to use proportion. Ndo method yatinoshandisa. Saka toda kutsvaga the area of woodland. Kuti tiwane area of woodland, tinofanirwa kutarisa information yatakapiwa panapa, and toona kuti farmland tapiwa both this angle and also the area. Saka tichashandisa complete information kuti tiwane missing information. Saka complete information iri kutiudza kuti 160 degrees is proportional to 1200 square kilometers. This is for farmland. Tikaenda pa woodland, taudzwa kuti woodland comprises of 88%, but we do not know kuti iri proportional to what area, and this is for saka pamsoro was for farmland, so this is for woodland now, like that. Saka tatonyora ma statements of proportion edu iri pamsoro apa. This is complete information yatapiwa ne question, then pazasi taisa incomplete information. Make sure kuti ku either side kune the same unit, kurauti kuno kune ma degrees, uku kune ma square kilometers. That's how you prove that your statements are correct. Now we want to use these statements to find the missing area. Saka, how do we do it? Tino ta convert this side into an equation, 160 over 88 fraction, then ma semicolon anova an equation, anova an equal sign, then kunoku it's 1200 over x. Saka if we solve for x, tinenge tawana our area. Saka tikashandisa cross multiplication like this, tinoona kuti x eventually anova equal to 88 anoenda kuno multiplier 1200 to divide na 160. When we do this, what do we get? So I'm going to my calculator, then dotichi 1200 over 160, making sure kuti ndiri ku calculator nan ndiri multiply 1200 na 88. Answer yandiri kuwana it's 660 square kilometers, ndo inenge iri area yacho, like that. Ameno kuti zvabatika here. So that is the area we are looking for. We use proportion. Tichiri ipapo tikaenda pa B iri kuda the angle of the urban sector. B iri kuda angle of urban sector. So let us look at what we are given. Urban sector iri papi. This is urban sector. Tangopiwa the area of urban sector, tiri kuda the angle. We can use the same method using, of course, complete information yedu should always remain farmland kuti tive safe. Saka panapa 160 degrees is to 1200 square kilometers. Anditi? But tiri kuda angle this time. What is the area of urban? 30. Saka kuno kunoya 30 square kilometers. We do not know the angle x degrees. Those are going to be our statements of proportion. Then tanyura ma statements edu, it's 160 over x, which is equal to 1200 over 30. Saka after cross multiplication, x inenge iri equal to, sa x ino ya uku 1200 yodzika, 30 multiplier 160 over 1200. Make sure please that your calculator is in degrees, because to not answer yedu even degrees, not radians. Saka we are going to say panapa 160 multiplying 30, 160 multiplying 30, divide that by 1200. Answer yetu 194. Saka 4 degrees is the answer. Ndiyo angle yechi, angle yedu 4 degrees. Okay, let us now work through C. C iri kuti chi? C iri kuti the total area of the country. Saka kuti tiwane total area of the country, we simply have to add up every area iri panapa. But if you look closely, you are going to see something. Kuti tiri kulimitwa ne area ye lake. Hatisi kuziva kuti lake in area EP. But since ta calculate this angle, tukaona kuti ndi 4. Zora kuti tinogona kuwana the angle of lake. Saka tukaya panapa tikati toda kutsvaga the angle size of lake or lakes. Today wanna say we are simply going to add everything equate to 360. Saka let us say with panapa it's angle theta. Saka tichati 160 plus 88 plus 4 plus theta is equal to 360. Anditi. So my angle zedu akamira say chati 160 degrees plus 88 degrees plus 4 degrees yata calculate hapo plus theta, which is the angle size for legs, is equal to 360 degrees. Then of course tika add 160 plus 88 plus 4 tunaona 252. So 252 degrees plus theta is equal to 360 degrees. Kurewa iko kuti theta is equal to 360 degrees subtracting 252 degrees. So what do we get? But 360 minus 252, we get 108 degrees. That is what we get. Okay. Saka zvaitwa nenzira iyi zvoreva kuti tinenge tawana the angle, but question yedu haisati yapera. Chatakuda kuchiwana manje, takuchida kuwana the area of lakes. Area of lakes ngatishandise information yatapiwa 160 degrees to 1200. So 160 degrees to 1200 square kilometers, but isusu tiri kuziva angle, so 108 degrees inenge equivalent to x square kilometers. Then panapa we know kuti chava 160 over 108 iri equal to 1200 over x. We do our cross multiplication, our algebraic manipulation. X inova equal to 1200 multiplied by 108 over 160. Okay, saka panapa tiri kuti 1200 multiplying 108 dividing 160 tiri kuwana 810 square kilometers. Therefore area of country haichanetsi iri equal to, takungodzoka kuno takuchiedda area ye farmland plus area ye woodland, taicalculata taona kuti 660 square kilometers. Then urban tatopiwa it's 30 square kilometers. Then urban taicalculata izvezvi taona kuti it's 810 square kilometers. At these areas tinowana the area of the country. Saka area of country inenge iri equal to 1200, which is the area of farmland. We are adding to the area of woodland yata calculator to be 660. We are adding to the area of urban, which we are given as 30, then area of lakes, which is 810. What answer do we get if we do that manipulation? Saka tiri kuti 1200 plus 660 plus 30 plus 810 to get 2700 square kilometers. This is the area of the country. So this is the question we wanted to do. There will be an assignment on this which we are going to be sending to our private class. If you want to join the private class, you can WhatsApp us on +263 71 521 3310. Otherwise, if this lesson helped, may you please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and also commenting. Thank you for your time and have a blessed day.